Imagine for a moment you're God and you created humans in your image. You imbued them with everything they need to succeed down on earth. And then you send them down to earth and say, take care of the place, learn, have a good time there. And then you see them begging you down there, supplicating, begging you to do it for them. And you say, you can do it yourself. I made you in my image. You have the power. You have the divine spark within you. You are a miniature creator. You can reality create. And they insist, no, please do it. Please help us, please. We're begging you. So people supplicate, people beg, but I say that everything you are asking for, you already have. You've already been given these powers and qualities. You've been given free will. Free will, which is rare in the universe. Not all beings have been given free will. Most of them follow a prescribed program. You, on the other hand, you can choose to follow the program or do something else. And there you are, having divine heritage and power within yourself, begging for someone else to fix it for you. To my eyes, it looks kind of ridiculous because you've forgotten what you've already been given by birth. You've been given the power to think, to imagine, to act, to manifest. What do you think free will is? Here's another question. Did you know that free will is the cause of all evil? All bad things that happen are caused by free will. I'm going to say that and let you think about it for a moment. Let you process it or reject it or accept it or whatever you want. Without free will, no evil. But since I can do whatever I like, I can also choose to do things that are not in alignment with my divine mission, not in alignment with my higher self, with my soul, my spirit, not in alignment with my life's purpose. I have the free will to do that, the free will to wreck everything. And without that free will, goodness and love become kind of pointless. Because if you didn't have the free will to love, it's not as deep of a love. But if you chose to love, even though you could choose different, that is true love. That is deep love. You chose it. Big difference to you were forced to do it. Like you're forced to pay taxes. So you're kind of reluctant to pay. You do pay, but it's kind of, at least for me. Whereas if I could choose to pay, it would come from the heart and it would have a beneficial and positive effect. So free will is very good, even though it's the cause of evil. A lot of good comes from free will and a lot of not so good. With this free will, you have the power to create reality, your experience, And it's your choice whether you use that power to do good or bad. And depending on what you choose, you either ascend or descend. That's how the system works. Very simple, very straightforward. Unlike many of my colleagues in the human potential and self-improvement field, I respect religion. I like religion. Not necessarily what humans have made of it. I'm referring to the texts, the ancient texts, which are actually much different than what humans made or interpreted out of these texts. There's a lot of truth in them and a lot of usefulness that I also use for my own work. But I'm not so much a teacher of begging and making yourself small. I don't believe that God should do everything for you. And I also, because of that, I also don't believe that God is to blame for your problems. As a success coach of more than 30 years, I have seen that the main problem is that people need to take responsibility for their life. And that's actually what the ancient texts say. That's what every religion says. But humans have kind of distorted it and made it mean something different, as if you're a small human here and then there's somewhere far, far away some distant God, not at all within. No part of that God is within you. They don't like to emphasize that. And the reason they've distorted it in that way is so that you're easier to control, so that you don't know your power and you never awaken to who you really are. And then you're easy to control and exploit for energy, for money, for marketers. You're easier to harvest. So in reality, while there is a creator way, way up there, a part of this creator is also in here. The kingdom of God is within you. It says so in the Bible. The kingdom of God is within you. It literally says that. And a lot of people don't know that, or if they know it, they're not quite cognizant of what that actually entails and means. Within you. What does it mean within you? Well, it means literally right here, right now, closer than the hair on your head. It says that too in the ancient text, by the way. Right here, available, now. Not in some afterlife, not after you have to do this and this and this first. From birth, you're imbued with it right now. That is what reality creation teaches. So, I don't want to be too arrogant, but I'd argue that reality creation teaches what religion meant to teach, not the distorted variation. I could quote hundreds of texts, but I won't because I've already done that in my books. I say you are a mini creator. You don't require an earthly authority to tell you what to do and what to think. You can also experience your creator directly. You can have casual conversations with your creator. And I know a lot of religious folk would say, goodness, no, what blasphemy, oh my goodness. But again, that's what it says in the ancient texts. I think people would do well to not listen to interpretations, but to go to the ancient texts directly and see for yourself, read for yourself, knowing you have the power to perceive what it says. Can you read? Yes. Can you listen? Yes. So you have common sense, you have intuition, things you were imbued with. You were imbued with will, you were imbued with conscience. which is knowing the difference between right and wrong, all of these things are already in you. You even have the already existing power to heal, to lay hands on people, to speak on people, to pray for people. You have the power of word, the electric power of word. You have an electromagnetic energy field around you that you can apply to various things. The Creator has an infinite amount of attention for anyone at any time. I know that's controversial, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so controversial. Shut up, okay? I'm really fed up with hearing how controversial this and that is. It's not controversial at all. The Creator has an infinite amount of attention for anyone at any time, and the Creator is present here now within. You are meant to use your powers. That is what makes your Creator happy. Using the powers you've been given instead of being timid and scared all the time. If you knew who you are, the things you command to be, they would be. And if you think that's controversial, oh my God, look at what the prophets of the three Abrahamic religions did. They not only had casual conversation with God, they also commanded things to be all the time. Moses commanded things to be. Jesus commanded things to be. And then they were. This is normal. This is living a divine life. And that is religion versus reality creation.